shakers of Florence and Darlington County. I'm Rodney Berry. Welcome to Journey to Jobs. Welcome back to Journey to Jobs, and I have with me today, I really don't have to give you any introduction, Frank, because I think most people within the viewing audience has recognized your face and have actually talked to you a time or two. But of course, I have Frank Willis here with me. Most notably was former mayor of Florence, but been involved in so many things. And Frank, I got you here today because we're going to talk about economic development. You're now the economic development director for Darlington County, and tell us a little bit of background of how you got here.
Well, of course, as you said, I was mayor for a long time, and I'm from Darlington. So Darlington had a change in their makeup of their economic development organization. So they were looking for a new director, and they called me and asked me if I'd be interested, and I said, absolutely. And fortunately, they hired me. I thought it was a good opportunity. I know the people in Darlington. I grew up there, so I know the players. And it's not like they've had to bring somebody in who had to learn all of that. So I think it was a pretty good fit.
I do too, Frank. In fact, you say you know the players, and that's also on a statewide level. I know you know folks all over the state, and it takes that for a successful economic development office. Frank, I've been to some of your board meetings, and I got to tell you, and I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true, but I have noticed that you've really injected some enthusiasm, some optimism. As I went to the last meeting, your board members were very engaged. Was that part of your plan to introduce some of that as well?
Well, absolutely. Because one of the problems that the old group had was they had a lot of disappointments. There had been a lot of antagonism, a lot of issues. And so the group really split. As a result of that, everybody was disgruntled, and my task was to go back and pull it back together. And to do that, you first got to energize your board. So one of my main tasks was to get our board, get them positive, give them some good things to talk about and look at, but also get them to feel good about Darlington County and point out to them, Darlington's got a lot of assets.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, we didn't focus on those assets nearly like we should have, and I've tried to do that and point them out. We've got 13 miles of interstate highway. Mm-hmm. If you look at both sides, we got 26 miles of interstate frontage. There are counties in South Carolina that would kill
absolutely
to have that kind of access, and they weren't using it.
Yes, sir.
So trying to bring them together and get some enthusiasm, get some energy going, was job one.
Well, that's obvious happened. Frank, we can't talk about Darlington County without talking some of the most notable, and you've got some large industries. Sunoco, I saw 1,800 employees, Nucor 500, Georgia Pacific 500, and don't let me pronounce this wrong, Gailey and Lord, is that
Lord, yes.
500? We're talking about 3,500 employing folks within 4 industries. What does that mean to a county to have that existing industry?
Well, particularly for a county like Darlington, Rodney, to reach out to prospects and say, we've got Sunoco, Fortune 500 company, Nucor Steel, Gailey and Lord, Georgia Pacific, and not the least. The power plant, Lake Robinson Power Plant, is a big employer and a big player in the economic development game. So when you're talking to prospects and you can say, here's some of the players we've got in our county, it makes a significant difference.
The fact that we've already demonstrated that we can supply them with the workforce and other needs as well.
Well, you look at Sunoco, for example. Sunoco is one of the top companies in the world. Sunoco could be anywhere they wanted to be with their world headquarters. Their world headquarters is in Hartsville, in Darlington County.
Thank goodness.
Hey, we think that says a lot.
Frank, let's talk a little bit about amenities, and I know you're biting at the bit. You want to address some of the weaknesses, because I know that's what you do, is attack the weaknesses to make you stronger. But I think of some of the amenities, and let's start right off with the SIMT building, where I think you're in the incubator now, but you have access. Tell me what SIMT means to
Well,
recruitment.
you can't overestimate the value of SIMT. That facility is so special to anybody that's in the manufacturing business. When we bring people here and they take a look or walk through the SIMT and can see it's cutting edge.
Absolutely, yes,
And they
sir.
can see that, and they see that not only can we help them with their manufacturing, bring it online, get it to a manufacturing, it's an idea when you get there, it's a plan when you leave there. The SIMT is just an outstanding piece of our game plan in Darlington County.
Well, you know, I know all counties tout it, but how fortunate are you to be right there?
Well, it's absolutely, it's remarkable. Anybody that comes to see me is going to be exposed to this.
Automatically. And so that's the advantage.
Absolutely, sure. And I sneak over there and check and see who they got coming through.
Only a good economic developer would. Frank, you got two outstanding education facilities there, and I'm speaking of Coker and the Governor's School, and I'm a little bit familiar with the Governor's School. I have a son that attends there, and in fact, he's in Germany now as we speak, embarking on cancer research, but that's two educational devices that you can tout pretty heavily too, isn't it?
Well, we're very proud of Coker College, and you can't say enough about the Governor's School. It's a unique school in the state of South Carolina, brings a lot of very, very talented high school kids into Hartsville and into Darlington County, and we're extremely proud of that. Though we've got Coker, we've got the Governor's School, understand too that Darlington County is the third highest ranked school district in the state.
Oh wow, I was unaware of that.
That's right, third highest ranked. So our public school system in Darlington County is extremely capable and extremely well run.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was unaware of that. Of course, we can't go any further without talking about the racetrack. It being a hub of many spokes into PD, but I guess from a quality of life standpoint, what would you say about the racetrack or inviting prospects in?
Well, first of all, Darlington gives you instant recognition. I mean, you don't have to be a race fan to know Darlington.
Right.
So anytime you raise the name Darlington, immediately racing comes to mind, or at least they know who you are. And that's a big hurdle to get over. You're talking to somebody from Indiana or Salem, you're in Salem, Oregon, and you say Darlington, and they say, oh yeah, races. That is a huge advantage for us. And we don't take that lightly.
Yeah. Puts it on the map. We've just got a few more minutes here, Frank, but I know that something you're biting at the bit at. One of the weaknesses, I think, coming in was that product development. Our product is infrastructure, it's buildings, it's land, and I think perhaps there was a little bit of a weakness there, but I know you've took that on front face, full throttle. Tell me some initiatives we're doing with product development.
Well, Rodney, the biggest hurdle that I had to overcome was the lack of product.
Yes, sir.
Darlington didn't have any certified sites. We didn't have any development on the interstate. The hottest thing in the market is existing buildings. We didn't have any. We had two, but both of them were so specialized that we couldn't market them except very limited. Now, after 2 years on the job, we now have 2 certified sites. We have, at the moment, I think, 6 buildings that we can show, and we're acquiring additional properties almost on a daily basis for people to look at. So we've gone from the bucket's empty to the bucket's half full.
Right.
And we want to get that full bucket. We're getting there.
It's such a critical component. It's a lot of hard work, and a lot of people don't know what it takes to bring that. You don't get a lot of recognition for certifying sites, but let's talk about something you will get recognition for. And with the small amount of time you're in, we've already made an announcement in Darlington County. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As we close, speak a little bit about Birdsong.
Well,
right?
we're very excited about having the Birdsong Peanut Corporation in Darlington County. They're a quality company out of Suffolk, Virginia. They will be, the initial plan is for a buying station, and then eventually they'll put in a processing plant. But it's a $45–50 million investment in Darlington County, and we're pretty excited about that. But the other thing that excites me, Rodney, is we're beginning to get, and this has been a focus of mine also, I want to see local existing industries grow. I think that's where you build wealth in the community, is through your existing industries. And we've had 6 fairly substantial, not in the $50 million category, but in the $6, $8, $10 million category of local industries, local businesses that are expanding and growing. And that to me is pretty exciting.
This speaks to the strength of the community. Folks, Frank Willis, we'll be right back with more Journey to Jobs. And the Journey to Job continues, and I have with me today 2 recognizable faces. First, I have Mr. Tim Norwood. Tim, appreciate you being with us.
Thank you.
Shelby, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Old Man County girl, good to see you again. Folks, we're here to talk about today the downtown activities and the explosion of the activities that has happened down here. And I quickly point to Mr. Tim Norwood. He'll deflect that and point to somebody else I know. I've known this gentleman for a long time, and he has a tremendous reputation as an entrepreneur over the years. And Tim, I just kind of view this whole downtown explosion. I can't help but to see that Victor's Bistro and Hotel Florence, it just seems such a catalyst to all the activities down here. Can you speak a little bit on the journey to Hotel Florence and Victor's Bistro downtown?
Okay. Rodney, we're excited about being downtown with Victor's Bistro and Hotel Florence, but we're really a byproduct of years and years of planning and investment from the city, county, the Bruce and Lisa Foundation, and Francis Marion University. I would have never been interested in moving Victor's here and starting a hotel had it not been for that $50 or $60 million investment with the new library, new performing arts center, the new museum that's opened up in October, the Florence Little Theater. All that is what brought people down here, started changing the image. And then I think we were smart enough business people that we said, there's a tipping point here. This is going to get to a certain point, it's going to tip over. And we were the first one to put private money in here, along with the help of the city and the county. And so it's turned out really good. We're very excited about what's going on here. We, our business, the hotel, is running high occupancy. Victor's is doing really good with it. And the community embraced us and supported us. And our goal is we're going to be one of the best restaurants in South Carolina.
I'll tell you, Tim, I think you've accomplished that already. And I appreciate those comments because, government a lot of times don't get the credit they deserve with their strategic planning and making a conducive environment for business people like you to come down. But I just want to reiterate, because I come down and I'm a part of a lot of this too, and it's a lot of fun. And from an economic development standpoint, what a wonderful thing to be able to tout something like this, walking into a nice hotel, having a great meal, then a band on the back, and all the folks. I mean, it's kind of got to be a dream come true for you to see people embracing this.
It is. It is a because my first vision of this, and along with my partners, we wanted. My thing was we lose a lot of intellectual capital in Florence and the PD, where they go away because there's no place for them to have a plane or to have a downtown or have a reason to stay in the area. And so one of my visions was that we wanted to create an opportunity for our young people to stay in Florence, stay in the PD, because they don't have to go to Greenville, they don't have to go to Columbia. They can come to Florence and have everything else all these other places have.
Yeah, the beauty about that statement is, yes, the young folks, but what a great mixture of folks I see.
Yeah,
I mean, from age, I see kids running around enjoying that type of activity, and then you've got the senior adults that are involved down here too. So So kudos to you guys and what you've done here. Tim, I wanted you on this segment with Shelby Generette because I think you believe so much in their mission, being the entrepreneur. She's now the executive director of the North Dargan Innovation Center.
That is correct.
Tell me what you guys are about.
Well, the North Dargan Innovation Center, simply put, is a business incubator. But what that means is it's a place where businesses can come to start their business and grow their business so that they can be successful or have more of a chance of being successful. A lot of people have a good idea for business, but they really don't know about the mechanics of business. How do they go about doing it? Just they need mentoring and counseling, and so
They need to put wheels on it, like Mr. Norwood's done.
And it's
and others.
and it's also changing, ever changing, and they have to be able to kind of go with the flow and deal with obstacles and as things change in business. Something yesterday happened that made me think, this is why I'm down here. We have a client that is coming into the Innovation Center shortly that called me, and he had been operating out of his home, and he's very good at what he does, and he had previously had small clients, but he's gotten a larger clients, and he called me and he said, they won't pay me unless I give them a W-9. What is a W-9? And it's just, and of course it's
Simple things.
simple thing. To me, it's like a no-brainer, But to know that we have people coming in that need kind of advice, where do they get their licenses? What are required of them? How do they benchmark their business to know if they're on track? What do they need to do with their marketing? So those kind of things are something that we can help them with at the North Dargan Innovation Center. And what it does for them is it takes the risk down really low. So to give them a better chance of survival, because we do know that it's a risky proposition to go into business for yourself.
Well, I see something way beyond a physical building, which is right down a stone's throw from Hotel Florence, but I see much more than a physical.
Yeah.
You guys have a wealth of information that you sell.
And to mention again, Francis Marion University has worked really well with us, and Dr. Susan Peters out there is the Center for Entrepreneurship. She works closely with our clients, helping to develop business plans. We do have an advisory committee with business owners and legal advice, accounting advice, things like that, entrepreneurs on our committee. And of course, we are a project of Florence Downtown Development because part of this revitalization of what's happening downtown, of course, you have all these empty buildings that are slowly being, well, actually, it seems pretty fast now.
Everybody's tasting and seeing the success down here.
Everybody comes
There's
down
the
here,
interest out
and
there.
there's a lot of interest, and that's a big part of the people that come to the North Dargan Innovation Center. They say, I want to be downtown, because there's a lot happening, and we want to be able to help these businesses develop so that, yes, they can move out and then perhaps get a location downtown.